It is the last weekend in April, and on Bello Field, that means one thing. It is NESCAC playoff time. Today, here on JumboCast, the third-seeded Tufts Jumbos will play host to the sixth-seeded Amherst College Mammoths. And it says something about the NESCAC that you have a team in the Amherst College Mammoths that is your sixth seed, and it is ranked number 14 in the country. It proves that every single team that has made it this far, that has made it to the NESCAC tournament, is a dangerous team. They are all in the top 25. They all, on their best day, can beat any team in the country. And everything has to be earned right here, right now. And of course, we saw that a little bit Wednesday night. Bowdoin came in here, took a 10-2 lead against this Jumbos team. The Jumbos fought back, got the 18-14 win. We'll have to see if they bring that same level of intensity, that same level of commitment, that same level of speed that we saw so efficiently in that second half against Bowdoin today, against this Amherst team that did a really good job against them in March. This Amherst team had a really tough defense, made the Jumbos have to work for everything, and outside of that second quarter, where Ella Esperance went off for 4 goals by herself, they outscored the Jumbos. But that has been a trademark of this team. The Jumbos go on runs, and it's up to Amherst to prevent the big run, because if they can do that, they can walk out of Bello with a win and go on to the next challenge, whoever that may be. As always here on JumboCast, we will keep you attuned of the other 3 NESCAC women's lacrosse games going on simultaneously, so that we know who these teams will have to play in the second round. But right now, we get set for the first draw of the day. Madeline Delaney will take it for the Jumbos. Looks as if she will face off against Fiona Jones, the senior midfielder from Bronxville, New York. And we just got to be so grateful to be here. I mean, nothing like NESCAC lacrosse, especially come playoff time. And as I say that, the 2 face-off women have to switch sides. They were going the wrong way. Now we're set here. Delaney and Jones. That one spun out, and which way is it going? It's going Jumbo's ball. Emma Joyce will bring it up. Skip pass ahead to Margie Carton, the Jumbo's leading scorer on the year with 44 entering today. Conahan left side. Delaney. Emma Joyce at the top. It's a spot we saw her in a little bit towards the end of that Bowdoin game. A new spot for her. Gibbons, nice spin dodge. And then another one. Now Zorn here on the X. Calling out a play. Double comes. Skip past Conahan. Long pass. Delaney will get it again at the top. Dodge around the screen. Cuts through 2. Delaney hard. Ball pops free. And that ground ball will be grabbed there on the third attempt by Fiona Jones, who will scoop it back. Amherst can now look to clear. Taking that one up there for the Mammoths is Grace Wyckoff. Forced off it by the Jumbos ride. Pass to Rachel Rogers, and then ahead successfully to Bridget Finley, who was a menace the first time these 2 teams played, scoring 3 goals with an assist. Behind the net now, slowing it down, are the Mammoths. Emily Peterson had 4 goals the first time these 2 teams played, as she made a name for herself in only her second NESCAC game. She had a real nice season. Peterson has 37 goals on the season. Pass down low. Now on the X. Swung out to Peterson, who gets around. Gekka Gable looks to have a shot. Blocked by Kaufman. And is backed up well there by the Mammoths. Becker inside. Jumbos do a good job collapsing. Sosa swings it to the right now. Jumbo's in a woman-to-woman defense here. Skip pass. Sosa. Now on that right side. Sosa gets it back. Tries to run off Fernandopoul. Pass now. GLE. Pass here to Peterson. She's got 20 to shoot. Tries to dodge around Becca Gable, doing a good job defending. 15 to shoot now for the Mammoths. Sosa with 10. Skip past Jacobs. Got to create something. Double team comes. Down low, they got to get a shot here. That ball bounces around, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. A really nice turnover force there by the Jumbo's defense, and it looks like Becca Gable will look to go quickly. Pass ahead to Gibbons, and the Jumbos can look to go in transition where they excel. Gibbons pass 2. Will play it wide to Zorn, and it looks like the Jumbos will set up in their settled offense. Conahan. And now Emma Joyce, who was the NESCAC Player of the Week last week. Gibbons gets it. Joyce, long skip pass, finds Zorn. Zorn trying to dodge and does. On the X now, looking for a teammate cutting. Instead he'll swing it. Conahan skip pass to Joyce at the top. Joyce gonna look to dodge, gets around 1. And I think they're gonna get a 3-second call. No, they're going to get crease violation. That'll be a turnover going the other way for Amherst. And they'll look to clear. As these two teams feeling each other out here early. A little bit of a loose pass picked up by Conahan, who then gets knocked. That's going to be a foul. Jumbos immediately get the ball back there. Conahan launches that ahead to Delaney. And the Jumbos will get their 3rd offensive look of the day. Swung to Margie Carden now. We'll see if she turns and runs. Dodges around 1. Swung wide. Conahan looking for someone inside. Back to Carden. Joyce now. Delaney calling out a play. Carden and Joyce look to be switching sides. Conahan on the right now, comes to get it. Nice dodge there. Looks for someone inside. Instead he'll go behind the net. Gibbons. Long skip pass to Emma Joyce. Amherst doing a really good job defensively, preventing the Jumbos from really getting any penetration. Joyce with a nice dodge. In. Shot is wide, but that's going to be a free position for Emma Joyce. The first free position of the game. Joyce gets set here on that left hash. Facing off against Jessie Salmon, the first-year goaltender for the Mammoths. Joyce in, shot was blocked, and it'll go Amherst's way. They won the race. Really good defense there from the back check. Amherst another little bit of trouble clearing. That time it looks like they're going to be able to get it. No, they won't, as another unforced error, the 3rd Amherst turnover of the day. 5 minutes in. Delaney. Jumbos can look to go quickly here. Delaney dodges through 2. We'll slow it back down. Had Joyce cutting, missed her. Carden now. She has a bit of space. Swung wide. And now Walter on the X. Still scoreless here at Bellow, 6 minutes in. Conahan to Joyce. Now Carden. Good dodge there. Double comes. Joyce pass inside, finds his shot, score! Caroline Walter makes it 1-0. A nice finish there and a great feed there from Emma Joyce to put that one in. And the Jumbos do take a 1-0 lead here. 6.5 minutes into this one. We'll see how Amherst can respond in this very, very tight first quarter. It'll be Delaney and Jones again in the draw. That one going the other way. Yet to be a clean face-off win here today. Colleen Mooney bringing it up for the Mammoths. Now behind the net, Amherst look to set up, make those substitutions, get their attack women on the field. Now have about 70 seconds to work. Here is Sophia Gutman. And now Peterson against Becca Gable. Now on that sideline is Sydney Larson against Reynolds. Faces up. Back to Peterson, head of steam. Tries to get a shot and a save by Kaufman. A good look there for Emily Peterson and an even better save from the Jumbos goaltender. Becca Gable looking to try and clear this herself. Dodging through about 4 Mammoths, and then a dangerous pass that does get to Margie Carden. And the Jumbos will set up offensively. Walter on the X. Jumbos have not really made any substitutions so far. Joyce with a good bit of space here. Head of steam, cuts through 2. Emma Joyce, shot score! Emma Joyce, when she goes left, she finds the back of the net. And the Jumbos make it 2-0. And that's really the exact same type of play we saw towards the end of that Bowdoin game. Emma Joyce with a head of steam, dodges left, gets that little bit of separation, gets her hands free, and if she gets to that spot with her hands free, she's going to put the ball in the back of the net. Halfway through the first, Jumbos leading 2-0. Same 2 on the draw. Ref making sure it's in there. All set to go. That one spun around, and it's going to be picked up there by the fast feet of Emily Peterson. And Amherst can look to get on the board here with this offensive possession. Finley now behind the net. Sosa up top, Peterson. Jumbo's in that woman-to-woman that's been so effective this year. Amherst bench wants a 3-second call. Peterson forced behind the net now, Sosa. Oh, a nice roll there. Skip pass. Good dodge inside. Sosa looked to have drawn a shooting space call. Wasn't called. Peterson. Amherst resets with 30 to shoot. Nice dodge there by Larson. Pass inside, just missed the cutter and set up top Peterson. Head of steam here is Sophia Gutman. Peterson now. Skip past Larson against Reynolds on that left side. Skips 2. Gutman, little toss behind Peterson, who had to reach to go get it. Pass inside, shot is wide. Good backup there by Amherst. They will keep the ball, but they only have 4 to shoot. And we're going to get a stoppage here. Referee stoppage. Jumbos want a shot clock violation. The clock's showing 2. The clock was at 4 when that ball went out of bounds. little bit of confusion. Amherst going to basically have to catch and shoot here. A little bit of math trouble coming on here for the referees, as it looks as if 1 second had gone off the clock when it went out at 4. By my math, that means there should be 3 on the shot clock, but Amherst just going to dump it. The Jumbos will take possession. And Amherst going to bring a ride here, it looks like. Gable. And now Kate Dean getting her first look of the day. Jumps that pass to Fernandopoli. Gets it to Margie Carton, who comes tracking back to collect for the Jumbos, who clear successfully. Jumbos working with a lot of pace today. Not something we saw early. Carton inside position, shot, score! Margie Carton with a dodge from about 10 feet, and then just ran straight GLE, putting that one in the back of the net. And the Jumbos make it 3-0 early on here. And right now, I mean, if you're Amherst, you got to be a little bit just frustrated because your offense has looked good. You've had some good ideas. It's just been individual moments of brilliance from 3 different Jumbos that have made this happen. Referees still seem to be discussing that last clock call. Same 2 on the draw, Jones and Delaney. So far, Jones has 1 win and 2 violations so far. Jumbo still working for their first draw control today. That one spun out, bounces around, and Delaney fights through to get the draw control for the Jumbos. Skip past to Carton, and the Jumbos will get the offense going again. Margie Carton with a lot of pace, slams on the brakes. Behind the net now, Jumbos will set up with Walter. Oh, had the cutting, Mastrobuono didn't see her. Instead, he'll swing it up to Delaney at the top. Carton. We'll see if she tries to go wing. She does. She's going to try and run a little ISO offense. Has Conahan for the screen, uses it, but dropped the ball. Dodges through and gets it to Zorn behind the net. Zorn looked for Dean's cut inside. Wasn't quite there. Gemmo's bringing it up top with Delaney. 40 seconds left on the shot clock. Set play here for the Jumbos. Gibbons with a head of steam. Back to Delaney now. Gibbons with some space. Swung. Zorn. Gibbons. Real good defense here from Amherst. Preventing the Jumbos from really getting anywhere. He's going to have to take a skip pass to beat this defense. 15 to shoot now. Gibbons going to try and create something herself. Lost the ball. Good turnover forced by Amherst. And coming away with that one is Rachel Rogers. Amherst going to look to clear with Eliza Marcus. Hard ride coming from Walter. Carton's going to come help. That one bounces but gets back to Rogers. And Amherst going to look to clear this time with Wyckoff, who will beat Zorn to the line and get the clear for the Mammoths. And it looks like there is a offside called on the Jumbos. Will reset the shot clock. And Amherst will get a full 90 to work here. Becker. Jones coming quickly. Delaney forces her off. Jones spins back. Rutman. Now to that other side. Coming to get this one here is Bridget Finley. Now behind the net is Sydney Larson. Peterson against Gable. Spins back. Sosa gets around Fernandopoulos, looks to have a shot, saved by Kaufman. Rebound is grabbed, shot from Bridget Finley went high, and Fernandopoulos won the race to the end line. Delaney going to come out. Emma Joyce going to check back in for the Jumbos. Reynolds goes the other way to Dean. Dean forced to stop, gets the pass ahead. Gable to Cardin, and the Jumbos clear. 2 minutes to go here in the first. Jumbos with a 3-0 lead. Cardin. Zorn setting up for a play here. Cardin. Little dodge. Gets inside shot. Pounces high. And almost ended up in the back of the net. And instead coming away with that there nicely was Colleen Mooney, who will then look to clear it herself. Pass ahead there. Rogers finds Jones, and a real nice clear there for the Mammoths. On that left side is Clara Sosa. Quickly swung to Peterson. Coach Shute telling her defense to go into a zone here with a minute to go in the quarter. Peterson gets step on Gable, who gets back. Amherst bench calling for urgency. At the top now. Nice move there, but slammed off her dodge was Sophia Gutman against Dean. Now Sosa. Back to Sosa here at the top. Nice face dodge. Double come, skip past Peterson. Spin dodge on Gable. Look to have gotten a bit of a shove. 15 to shoot now. Sosa bounces that pass, picked up by KT, and the Jumbos can look to go in transition. Dean with a nice ahead pass there, Becca Gable. And now Margie Cardin. Jumbos have 4-on-3. Cardin around one. Around a second. Pass inside. Gibbons collects. Stops. Got knocked. She's got 3. Gonna have to get a shot. She won't get it, and that's the end of the first quarter. At the end of 1 here on Bello. Jumbos lead 3-0. We'll take a short break. Be right back with you. Welcome back here to Bello Field on the campus of Tufts University. A 3-0 Jumbos lead as we start the second quarter. And really a 3-0 that has been richly deserved as the Jumbos dominating this first quarter. Take a look at the stats here at the end of one. In terms of shots, it is even in 5-5, but in terms of shots on goals, I believe the Mammoths have had 2, only one of which was a good look, versus the Jumbos have had 3 goals and another really nice look that almost led to a 4th. But really, where this game has come down to right now has been the unforced errors by Amherst in their own half. 3 times they've struggled to clear successfully, and it's really come back to cost them, giving the Jumbos extra offensive opportunities. Team's going to switch sides, get ready for this second here. And you can definitely tell here the way this game has been that this is playoff lacrosse, as a lot of the milder contact that was getting called in the regular season just kind of going away. It'll be Jones and Delaney again on the draw. Referee really getting that ball nestled in there tight. And the second quarter begins. That one spins towards the Amherst half and is picked up nicely by Fiona Jones. Her second draw control on the day. Amherst going to look to go quickly. Bridget Finley wants the ball and gets it. And she'll look to run at Jenna Gibbons. Swung to the left side there, Kate Becker. And now Peterson behind the net. Jones at the top. Amherst has really not had a ton of good looks here early on. Peterson faced up against Gable. Gets around Gable, pass inside, just missed the cutting Rosa. And what's the call? Looks like an infraction against Amherst, and Fernandopoulos is going to look to clear. Has Becca Gable ahead of her, and the Jumbos can run now, which they do best. Gable, Walter. Decides to go on the X to Zorn. Zorn faces up. Slams on the break. Walter. Double comes pass, just missed Delaney, and a great interception defensively there by Bryn Corpy for the Mammoths, who then absolutely dropped Margie Carden with a nice spin dodge. Wyckoff to Mooney. Walter over for the ride, but a successful clear to Sosa. And now Bridget Finley will look to set something up for the Mammoths. Peterson now. Right back on the stick of the Amherst attack woman. Pass inside, looking to have a shot, and that's going to be a foul, and that might be a card too. A hold call. That'll be a free position for the Mammoths. Couldn't see who got it. Looks like it will be Bridget Finley's. Center hash, so the best chance so far here for the Mammoths. Finley, shot, scores! Nicely placed into that right corner, and the Mammoths get on the scoreboard. And that really was a deserved goal after their first real good offensive possession on the day. Great ball movement, found the inside cutter that they had been trying to find for several possessions now, but hadn't been able to. And then Finley takes advantage of the free position opportunity. And now we got a bit of controversy here with some stick exchanges regarding the face-off women. And you know what? I really got to appreciate the referees here who are just not getting involved in these coaches' arguments. They realize that it is the NESCAC playoffs. Tempers are getting high, and it's best to just let the players play. Same two on the center circle. Jones so far 4 for 6 on the day. And Jumbo's assistant coach, Eric Rhoda, is currently scrolling through the rule book as Madeline Delaney looked to have gone early. Oh, wow, they're calling it against Jones. From here, it looked like Delaney had gone early. And then a foul on Jones, who got her frustration off, and she's going to see a card for that, I think. Took her frustration with the call out on the back of Emma Joyce, and the Mammoth's going to go woman down. Coach O'Brien having a discussion with the head referee here about that face-off. Shot clock set to 90. Jumbo's gonna go woman up here. Joyce with a head of steam through 3. And now the Jumbo's woman up unit will get set. Walter to Joyce. Joyce thought about trying to draw the free position for shooting space, didn't. Skip past Zorn, GLE, back to Walter. Jumbo's whipping the ball around here. Margie Carton on that right side. Good defensive pulls for the Mammoths. Walter to Joyce now. Pass inside, nice cut from Conahan, who goes back out. Real good collapse on the slide, skip pass. Walter down low to Zorn, pass inside. Margie Carton around 1, around 2, and scores. What a finish from the Jumbo star sophomore. And her second of the game, 46th on the season, as she just continues to shatter records here in Medford. Same two gonna get set for this will be their 8th draw of the day. Only 3 of which have actually been won. Another 4 have been infractions, which is a real testament to just the amount of intensity and grit this game is being played with. And then a lot of contact there. And I believe that's going to go Jumbo's way as the arrow is pointing in their direction, and they can look to get to 5 here. Delaney gets across the line. Zorn now. Zorn going to that spot, and a whistle blown here. Not quite sure why. Looks like an offsides call on the Mammoths will reset the shot clock. Jumbo's offense will look to work here. Margie Carden in the X now. Just a little peculiarity. Conahan. Great defense there from Rogers. Forcing Conahan back and back. Finally gives it up to Gibbons. Left side Walter. Zorn on the X. Real good defense here from the Mammoths. Jumbo's just kind of going in circles, trying to get some sort of penetration. Joyce inside Conahan, nice cut. Behind the net now, Zorn. Try to get Carden, instead Delaney. 40 to shoot. Joyce wanted an ISO, didn't get it. Gets it back. Joyce turns, gets inside shot, save! A nice save there from Jesse Salmon. Ground ball is going to be picked up by Emma Joyce. But a foul gets called first. Oh no, they're not going to call the foul. Conahan going to get the shooting space call. And the Jumbos will have a free position here. And if there's any Jumbo you want taking this, it is Caroline Conahan, who has 9 free position goals on the air, scored more than half of her goals last season from free positions. And a save by Salmon. Jesse Salmon keeping the Mammoths in this one here in the second quarter. 2 huge saves on that defensive possession. Amherst looking to clear. Loose ball. Who's going to get the ground ball? The answer is Jenna Gibbons in her own half. And another turnover from the Mammoths. Delaney ahead to Carden. Jumbos have the Mammoths running a little bit, but they're going to slow it down. Get a play from the sideline. Margie Carden on the GLE, ISO. Has this orange screen, uses it. Back around another screen, around, Carden in, and what a save by Salmon! How did she do that? Jesse Salmon just did something I have not seen a goalie do, and that is stop Margie Carden one-on-one. And that gets the Amherst bench fired up. Colleen Mooney ahead. And a clear there by Sosa. Mammoths really could use a goal here. Lebec waiting for Gutman to get over the line. And she'll come collect. Finley back to Gutman. Left side. That'll be Sydney Larson. Faced up against Reynolds. Sosa now. Gets around Fernandopoulos, looks to have a shot, and does save by Kaufman, but it looks as if there's going to be a card for a push on Fernandopoulos. Oh no, they're not going to give a card. Ref went to her pocket, put it back, but a free position nonetheless for Clara Sosa, who has 9 goals on 14 free position shots this year. Sosa in. Sosa did not score, as that one was trapped on the goal line, but yeah, I think the back ref might be calling a foul here for a shove. We'll see. It looked as if there was a lot of contact, and it does look as if it's gonna be a hold, and another free position for Sosa. This one straight on. Amherst going to reset here. Looks to be an AP and not a free position. Coaching staff's making themselves very vocal here today, having a little bit of a laugh. It's always good when the coaching staffs can laugh with each other. It's the best part about NESCAC lacrosse. That and the fact that the scoreboard breaks at least 6 times a day here at Bello. Referees having a long chat here. Now they're going to come tell the scoreboard operators what it is. They're going to reset the shot clock. while we have this break, we will give you some updates from around the NESCAC. Middlebury up on Bowdoin 6-2. Wesleyan leads Williams 5-2. And Trinity up on Colby 6-4. And after that nice commercial break brought to you by the NESCAC, we are back to playing. Sosa. Swung to Peterson, who gets a step on Becca Gable, who's able to slam her back. Sosa against Fernandopoli. Nice face dodge. Pass to Peterson. Shot low. Saved by Kaufman. And that one's going to roll all the way out to Margie Cardin, who will look to bring the transition going. That one just behind Becca Gable. Delaney caught it cleanly, and the Jumbos have numbers. Delaney flying down the field. Madeline Delaney, and they're going to call a free position first, as Delaney would have been clear in on goal. A great transition there from the Jumbos. Delaney in strong, scores. Madeline Delaney, just like she did on Wednesday against Bowdoin, makes her free position count, and the Jumbos make it 5-1. And the Jumbos bench absolutely loving it. Jumbo's going to make a couple changes here. Kate Dean coming back in. Going to give Jenna Gibbons a little bit of a rest. And looks as if Amherst does and is going to get a timeout. We will take that timeout with them. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Welcome back here to Bello. This one, it's been a good one so far. 5-1, though a lot tighter than the score would suggest. Amherst just called a timeout, so we're getting out of that now. They want to try and stem this Jumbo's momentum, as other than that one free position goal here, Amherst has really been unable to get any chances so far in the first half of this second quarter. And you can really tell that it is playoff lacrosse when you look at the face-off X and realize that every single draw so far has been taken by the same two women, and that's Fiona Jones and Madeline Delaney, as they get set for yet another. That one spun back, and Emma Joyce doing what she does best, and that's get draw controls and run. She's going to head to the corner, hand that one off to Alexi Amarcino, getting her first look of the day. Jumbo's switching things up here as L'Esperance behind the net. Double comes. Swung to Delaney. Oh, she missed an open KT in there. Finds the open Conahan, head of steam. Pushed behind the net. L'Esperance on the X. Cardin. Stood up nicely. Joyce will reset. Hand off Dean. Fake the pass to Joyce. L'Esperance on the X. Delaney. And now Joyce again. Margie Carden with a head of steam. Spin dodge around one. Second comes, swung to Conahan. Amherst doing a really good job on Margie defensively. Skip past to Conahan, 20 to shoot for the Jumbos. Conahan looks to run here. Has the screen, goes the other way. Conahan gets inside shot, just bounced over the bar, and backed up by the Mammoths. And they will now look to clear as Carden will bring on what looks to be a small rush here for the Jumbos. Joy's going to help with the ride, and a push going to get called. Joy's going to call for the foul there, which allows Amherst to set up. Sophia Gutman. And really, this has been the story of Amherst's attack in the first half. They've been really good at moving the ball around, but have yet to really find that incisive pass they were able to do the first time these two teams played. Gutman trying to spin dodge around Delaney, who's having none of it. Larson. Sosa has Fernandopoulou and skates. Gets inside. Help comes from Gable with the ride. And a shot from Sosa is in the back of the net. Through the contact. A really nice finish there from Clara Sosa. And the leading scorer of the Mammoths gets a goal to make it 5-2. And we're going to take a short break while they tend to Clara Sosa. Welcome back here to Bello. Clara Sosa able to walk off the field under her own power. We wish her the best and hope she can come back into this game. Amherst switching it up here. A new draw woman. Can't quite get the number from here. Jumbo's not switching it up. They're sticking with Delaney. That one spun high, and a great draw control by Emma Joyce in midair. Who will then spin dodge, run around 2, and get that ahead to Becca Gable. And the Jumbos will set up the offense. Amherstino. Delaney has to squat down to grab that one. Joyce. Margie Carden. That one popped in and out of the stick of Conahan, who got it back. Amherstino. Jumbos have 50 to shoot. Joyce. Great dodge there. In. Shot. Save by Salmon. Jessie Salmon making her name for herself here on Bello. Jumbo's going to bring her a bit of a ride here. Trying to do it herself there was Bryn Corpy. Gets it ahead, and Amherst now can set up offensively with Cindy Larson. Peterson, who has been really quiet today. It's definitely a factor of the fact that Jumbo's coach Courtney Shute has given Becca Gable the job of marking her woman-to-woman. To the top now, and Gutman. Right side now, left side. Great movement. Pass inside, just missed a cutter. And that ground ball is going to go all the way to the right sideline, where it's scooped up by Delaney, who's been everywhere today. That pass bouncing around. Fernandopoulos is going to come up with it. She gets through 2. Going to need a skip pass and gets one to Dean. And the Jumbo's clear. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Amherstino, a little toss to Zorn, who's now playing with his second unit. Delaney going to take a quick break. Jenna Gibbons in, and looks as if there is a foul there. Zorn will restart it up here. AP. Joyce, and now Conahan. Kate Dean on her left to Amherstino, who has really gotten into this rotation this last couple of games. Was really huge part of turning the tide in that Bowdoin game on Wednesday. And here she is with the ball, GLE. Fake the skip pass. Now gives it to Zorn, 30 to shoot. Joyce gets doubled. Back to Zorn. Major skip pass to Conahan with 20. Dean, inside, Carden shot score! Great ball movement from the Jumbos, and Carden does what she does best, and that's pick out pockets of the net. And really, that offensive possession, it all started with Alexa Amherstino getting GLE, forcing the slide. And Amherst was really caught trying to find the woman who had abandoned for the previous slide for the next 4 or 5 passes until it found a wide open Margie Carden 6 meters out. Amherst trying to get some sort of change done. Amherst desperately trying to switch their 2 midfielders to try and match up with Emma Joyce better. They want Colleen Mooney on her. That was a pivotal matchup the first time these two teams played, those two fighting for ground balls. And here it is again. Mooney's going to get to that one first, and Amherst can look to attack. Behind the net now. Great spin and a good help there from Fernandopoulos. At the top there, that's Gutman. Becker. Minute and a half to go in the first half. Trying to get inside position on Joyce. Joyce forced her behind the net. Larson against Reynolds. Pass inside, missed the cutter. Able to back it up there with Sosa, who is back on the field. A great sight to see. Gets it back, and a save on the shot from Peterson by Courtney Kaufman. Her second foot save of the day. And I couldn't tell you what happened on that one because that went down that line. It looks like it's going with the Jumbos. Final minute, first half. Jumbo's going to look to get a clear and one last offensive possession likely. Jenna Gibbons going to clear herself. The Jumbos will set up with 40 seconds. Shot clock turned off. Margie Carton wants the ball now. Not going to get it though. Carton on the X. Has a defender held up. Pass inside. And a save. And that's going to be a card for a shove from behind. They're discussing it. It is going to be a card. Who is it going to is the question. It is Fiona Jones, and that's her second card, which means her day is done. And that'll give Jenna Gibbons a free position with a chance to make it a 5-goal game. The referee's still discussing something. Gibbons gets set here. Has only 2 free position goals on her 8 shots this year. Make it 3 as that one goes top shelf. Jenna Gibbons makes it 7-2. A great finish there from the Jumbos sophomore midi. And there'll be another draw here. It'll be Sydney Larson against Delaney here on this one. And that's really going to hurt the Mammoths, as they now will not have Jones on the draw for the rest of the day. "20 seconds to go in the first half. Jumbo's leading 7-2. That one skied. Great position there from Mooney, but even better play by Emma Joyce to knock it the other way. Delaney picks it up. Weejack can't control it. That ball's pinballing around. Mooney will get it in her own half, but that should just about see out the first half. At halftime here at Bello, Amherst College 2 and the Jumbos 7. In what has been a genuinely pretty even first half, the Jumbos have been lethal in front of net, and as a result, take a 5-goal lead to the break. We'll be back with you on the other side. Welcome back here to Bellow Fields. We get set for the start of the second half. Jumbo's walking out onto the field, feeling very good about themselves after a dominant second quarter in which they outscored the Mammoths 5-2. Obviously, that was the case the first times these two teams played, but Amherst responded, and they brought that back to a one-goal game in the fourth. We'll see if they can do something like that here again today, or if the Jumbos can do what they did in the second half against Bowdoin and put this one away rather quickly. It looks like it will be Sydney Larson on the draw for the Mammoths. Real unfortunate for them that Fiona Jones is done for the day. Their number one draw woman gone. Means it'll have to be Larson who will have to stop Delaney today, who after a really, really poor draw performance in the first quarter, won almost every draw in that second. And for those of you who are JumboCast fans, you know we have rights to Jumbo's home games, but based on the way Middlebury is playing, considering they're up 7-2 against Bowdoin, this looks like it'll be probably the final NESCAC game here on Bellow Field for the women at least. So, especially for the seniors, they want to make this one count. That one is won by Colleen Mooney. And she'll look to bring it across. Amherst quickly making some substitutions, getting things going here offensively. Anna Whitworth with it, her first touch of the game, the first-year midfielder. Gets around Emma Joyce, forced behind the net. There's Peterson, who after her phenomenal performance the first time these two teams played has been quiet today. Larson looked to have gotten a bit of a bump. Turns. Help comes. Peterson against Gable. Swung back out. Whitworth gets it right back. Joyce does a good job preventing her from getting inside. Amherst got 40 to shoot. To the top, Larson against Reynolds. Spin dodge. And that's going to be a foul. And that's likely going to be a card. And MG Reynolds knows it. We'll see what Amherst decides to do here, if they decide to shoot it or if they decide to slow it down, set up for their woman up. And it looks as if Larson was thinking about shooting it, got told from the bench to set up the offense. Amherst bench really up. Can sense that was a bit of a momentum swing for them. Larson brings it back out. Whitwin. Interesting pass. That one bounces around, and she's able to get her own. Able to prevent herself the turnover there was Anna Whitworth. Amherst bench screaming about whoever's open. Shot off the post and out. That should reset the shot clock. And then just a really not great decision there from Kate Becker, trying to get the ball out from under Courtney Kaufman's stick. Reset the shot clock and should allow the Jumbos to kill off the majority of this penalty. Carden will clear. And now Jumbo's probably just going to look to play a little bit of catch here. Kill off as much of the time that MG Reynolds is sitting in that chair as possible. Conahan going for a jog. Bounce pass scooped up cleanly by Emma Joyce. A minute left on the penalty. Jumbos are going to have to shoot this before the penalty is up. There's about an 8-second difference in the two clocks. Conahan to Carden. Carden just going to head for the corner. And now Emma Joyce. Question will be, where will the Amherst double come from? Zorn now. Good dodge there from Zorn. Around Eliza Marcus. Gets inside. And now the Jumbos will look to attack with 15. Play called out. Zorn with 10. Gonna have to create something herself. Gets around 2. Conahan with 5. Just skips the pass away, and that'll be a shot clock violation. It'll go to Amherst. But that'll kill off MG Reynolds' penalty. And the Jumbos get back to full strength. And immediately under pressure are the Mammoths as the ride comes. Carden giving fits to Bryn Corpy. She's going to try and do it herself, but runs into more trouble. Back there to Rogers, who will get the outlet pass. Mooney couldn't get it cleanly, but is able to get the clear. And Amherst will set up with 60 to go in the shot clock. Peterson to Larson. Coming to get this one is Bridget Finley. Now Anna Whitman gets a step on Delaney, gets a shot off and scores! Great finish there from the true freshman. And the Mammoths got some momentum going here in Medford. And another draw is won by the Mammoths, but now fought for in the Jumbo's end. And it'll be picked up by Jenna Gibbons on her own GLE. And now the Jumbos can look to run with Zorn. Swung left, Conahan. Delaney coming quickly, and she'll back off. And we will apologize, folks. A little bit of trouble with the scoreboard there. We got that all fixed. Score is up to date. It is 7-3 here in the third. Carden, shot off the post, but it's going to be a free position. And Margie Carden's pretty good at these. Has 12 on the season. Make it 13. Margie Carden makes it 8-3. And a real nice finish there from the Jumbo star with her 4th goal today. Having herself a nice afternoon here on Bello. Jumbo's having a little bit of communication issue, trying to figure out who they want on this face-off circle. Out to take this draw will be a change. It'll be Sofia Antanazana, the junior from Miami. Interesting, we're not seeing Grace Ferricks here today. Delaney's still in there, so they just want to give her a little bit of break from the draw. Jumbo's trying to get a set play on. Mooney trying to prevent that from happening. And a good set play, but Joyce couldn't corral it. Mooney comes away with it. And she's starting to make her presence known, just like she did the first time these two played. Mammoth's going to look to set something up here. Becker against Meg Hatton. Good face dodge. Whitworth ahead of steam again. Forced GLE to Peterson against Fernandopoulos. Pass inside, was looking for a cutting Mammoth. Ended up finding Whitworth on the other side, as pinball sometimes plays well. Sosa against Witten. That pass dangerous, and a good, smart foul by MG Reynolds, who got her stick broke on that dodge from Cindy Larson. We'll see what they call. Yeah, they're not going to give the free position. I think, as Amherst points out that there was a shooting space call, however, I think they are going to say the stick broke first. And so Amherst will start again in the corner with Clara Sosa. Morgan Lebeck. Now Whitworth, who has brought a lot of energy to this Amherst attack in her few minutes on the field so far. Spin dodge there, pass inside, but a foul. And that looks to be a free position for Anna Whitworth. And can the first cheer double the Mammoth's goal tally in about 2 minutes? The answer, no. Courtney Kaufman with a save. And now the Jumbos can transition. Emma Joyce gets fouled. A really smart tactical foul there by Peterson, as the Jumbos would have had numbers going the other way. Gibbons ahead to Conahan. Jumbos still have numbers now. Good dodge by Conahan. She'll instead swing wide to Zorn. Pass inside. Gibbons couldn't corral. Salmon comes up with it. And now Amherst will look to build. And Margie Carton is everywhere right now, as she is single-handedly performing a one-woman ride. And a good clear there from Bridget Finley. On that left side, Sosa. And now Peterson, faced up against Becca Gable, who's done a really good job silencing her today. Larson. Sosa. Fernandopoulos forces her back. Larson against Reynolds. Gets around Reynolds, looks to have a shot, and it's going to be a free position for Sydney Larson. And as good of a defender as MG Reynolds is, there's a reason that the Jumbos haven't put her on Sydney Larson all day, and that's because she does not have the foot speed to stay with Larson. Larson said resets. Interesting choice. Pass inside is picked off by Fernandopoulos. And she'll look to start the clear. An ambitious play that didn't work out, but then the Jumbos turn it right back over on a loose pass. And Amherst will get a fresh 90. And here is Colleen Mooney. Peterson. Her and Mooney just playing a little two-woman game. Now swung to the top. Whitworth, who has completely changed this Mammoth offense in her 8 minutes on the field now. Sosa to Whitworth. Good screen there. Whitworth pass inside, just missed a cutting Mammoth, and there is a foul there, as a shove from behind by Jenna Gibbons is going to set up a free position. And Becca Gable trying to make a case that it was outside of this crease. That looks pretty clear that it was inside the arc. And this one, I believe, will belong to Clara Sosa. And a shot from score there from Bridget Finley. A nice shot going 5-hole on Kaufman. And she cuts it to 4 as the Mammoths not going away just yet. And it looks as if it will be Antonazana again on the faceoff for the Jumbos, who are still keeping Delaney out there because she has been absolutely everywhere. And Kate Dean's going to come out here for the Jumbos. We'll see if they can win this draw after a really dominant draw performance in the second quarter. Since the Jumbos have gone away from Delaney in this third, it has not been nearly as dominant. That one's skied high. Dean knocks it forward. Mooney's going to get it on the second bounce. Her third draw control of this quarter already. And that one skipped ahead. Head of steam here. Larson. And a really, really good job from the Amherst coaching staff talking to their players as they were very close to going offsides there. Whitworth, skip pass. On the X now, Sosa. Larson against Delaney. Tries to run around Delaney, but Delaney's too quick for that. Peterson. Becca Gable just giving her fits. Peterson gets inside, handoff. Couldn't quite find Whitworth, but she's able to get it back. Amherst going to reset with 30. Finley against Hatton on the X. Jumbo's woman-to-woman has been really tight today. Fernandopoli comes to help. Pass finds Larson. Spin on Delaney. Second comes. Shot is saved, but that's going to be a free position for Cindy Larson. And she is really starting to step up her game in this third quarter. She's just said, all right, yeah, you guys are strong, you guys are skilled, but I'm fast, and I can get around you with that quick first step and get inside position. And here she goes, and a shot and a goal. And just like that, it's back to 3. Cindy Larson, second of the period, cuts the deficit to 3. And we got ourselves a showdown here on Bello. Timeout, Coach Shoot, as Amherst feeling the momentum here on Bello. And before we go to a short break, just want to remind you all, folks, this is just the first half of our NESCAC lacrosse quarterfinal doubleheader at 3. We got the guys, they're taking on Con College, the team that played them the closest in the NESCAC schedule, so stay tuned. A little bit of a gut check time for the Jumbos. Amherst with all the momentum here in this third quarter. And we'll see what the Jumbos do to try and respond. They're going to stick with Antanaza in the face-off X. An interesting choice considering how well Delaney was doing on the X. And Amherst just got away as Bridget Finley sprints off the field to avoid a too-many-woman call. Those two get set. That one skied high. Hits the D-line, bounces around. That's going to pinball for about an hour. And finally one there for the Mammoths by Emily Peterson. And Amherst going to look to keep the attack going. Finley and Whitworth coming right back in, replacing the midfielders. Rosa. Sosa now against Gable. If I'm the Mammoths, I'm finding Peterson if Gable's on Sosa and getting it to her. Larson against Fernandopoulos. Skipped here to Whitworth against Kate D and gets space. Shot off the post. That'll reset the shot clock. Peterson corrals the ground ball for the Mammoths. Sosa against Gable. Skip pass to the top. Amherst going to slow it back down again. Here is Sosa against Gable. Dodges around Gable, but Jumbo's got the switch they wanted. They got Gable back on Peterson. Whitworth gets around Dean. Space. And that shot didn't find anything except the stick of Emily Peterson on the other side. 20 to shoot now for the Mammoths. Sosa. Larson pass inside. And oh my word. Courtney Kaufman went to collect and put it in her own net. And if you want to talk about momentum, that is momentum killing for the Jumbos. 8-6. And you just got to feel really horrible for Courtney Kaufman, who has played phenomenally today, to have a goal count like that. MC Reynolds still trying to argue it, but that one looks pretty clean from here. And just like the second quarter was all Jumbos, this one has been pretty much all Mammoths. We'll see who they give the goal to. Not quite sure how they score own goals in lacrosse. So the goal will go for Bridget Finley on the assist from Sydney Larson, who is now on this draw against Antizana in what has suddenly become a very, very important draw. That one spun towards the right, towards the near sideline, and Delaney gets a pivotal draw control for the Jumbos. Uses the ref as a screen, gets it to Emma Joyce, who's going to run. She wants to score now, but forced off it by the Amherst defense. Walter will swing it to the left for Conahan, and Kate Dean going to get some time here with this first unit. Delaney. Forced out of the alley. Cardin, who's been really quiet here in the last 5 or so minutes. Coach Shute calling out a play. Dean gets a screen, uses it. Pass behind the net. Zorn to Delaney. Double comes. Joyce can look to go. Dodges one, dodges two. Swings back to Delaney, but just missed the pass. And a good play by Conahan to get her stick in there, prevent the clean transition. Amherst will get the ball, though, on the turnover. And they can feel the momentum shifting. Rogers. Walter out on the ride. Pass ahead to Gutman. Clara Sosa now. Faced up against Delaney. 2 minutes to go in the third. Pass inside. Shot is in the back of the net. Emily Peterson. And we got ourselves a 1-goal game. Though, hold on. Jumbos are talking about something. And they will give that goal to Peterson on the assist from Sosa. And we got ourselves a 1-goal game. And, folks, if you thought the Jumbos were going to run away with this, you have just not seen NESCAC lacrosse. Because there's no such thing as an easy win in a NESCAC game, let alone in the playoffs. Delaney going to take a seat. Jumbos bringing in Gibbons. That one spun up in the air, bouncing around, and Emma Joyce somehow comes up with a draw control. Huge from the Jumbos midfielder. And she's going to run, and she's going to dodge. And the triple team comes, forcing her back. Walter on the X. Jumbos badly need a goal here. Gibbons. Jumbos trying to set up offensively, find their play shape. Dean with Carton inside of her. The double comes. She'll swing it to Margie at the top. Around the screen from Joyce. Carton, spin dodge. One-on-one. Forced to Zorn on the X. Zorn's got a defender pinned. But Mooney able to get back defensively. Zorn. To Walter now. 30 to shoot for the Jumbos. Walter. Pass just wide. And a good hustle play by Kate Dean to back that up. Jumbos got 20 to shoot. Jumbos got 10. Got to get a play here. Joyce. Around one screen. Through two. A lot of contact. Jumbos want the call. Gibbons going to have to shoot it. And shot is wide. Was not blocked. And that'll be the end of the shot clock. Amherst takes possession with 30 seconds to go in the quarter. And they're trying to tie it up before we get to the fourth. Jumbo's ride, not going to let that happen, it looks like. Dean going to come help. And a successful clear. Whitworth going fast around Gibbons. Shot, saved by Kaufman. And that will end the third in what was a very one-sided quarter. The Mammoths claw their way back in, and we got ourselves a one-goal game headed to the fourth. Well, we got a good one for you. We are about to start the fourth quarter here at Bello, and it's these two teams, so you wouldn't expect anything else. Jumbos 8, Mammoth 7 as we start the fourth. This has been a roller coaster every game, a hard-fought, very low-scoring first quarter, a dominant Jumbo second quarter, followed by a dominant Mammoth third. Who knows what will happen in the fourth? I'm Riley Daniel, and I am here to bring it to you on JumboCast. And as we start the fourth quarter, the Jumbo's captains are out having an extended conversation with the referees. And now it looks as if the Amherst captains are out there too. Unclear what the discussion is about, but everyone seems to walk away satisfied. And we can get back to Lacrosse. And I just got to say, it's really a pity that one of these teams has to lose, because these are two, yeah, they're ranked 6th and 14th. In my opinion, these are probably two of the top 10 teams in this country, and for one of them to have to go home in the first round of the conference tournament is really just a testament to how tough it is to win a NESCAC title. That one sent about 20 feet in the air. And Delaney can't get it on the first bounce, does on the second. And the Jumbos will look to attack. Walter. Conahan. This might be the unit the Jumbos ride with the rest of the way. Carden. Faced up. Carden tries to cut in, forced off it. Carden. Being guarded by Corpy, hands off to Conahan. That one behind Walter, who's able to corral it. Conahan back to Walter. Walter didn't see it, and that's a turnover. Amherst coming the other way with Eliza Marcus. Jumbo's ride gonna give Amherst some trouble. Corpy with a nice dodge around Zorn. But Zorn's there to just keep making Amherst have to work for every second. Mooney tries to get around Gibbons, can't, has to pass it up, but does to Becker. Kate Becker against MG Reynolds on this near sideline. Finley. That one swung wide from Lebec. And that pass is intercepted by Fernandopoulos, her third interception of the day, as she has really had a nice performance today. Now she'll look to start the clear. And launch that ahead to Margie Carden. And we'll see if the Jumbos look to work quickly or set something up. They're going to set something up. Conahan on the X. Has Walter left, who comes to get it. Walter and Conahan running a little bit of a set play. And now Zorn on the X. And now she'll go to that left side. And she'll look to ISO. Double comes. Jumbo's looking for the open woman. It's Joyce. Swung to Carden now. She's got space. And she gets the shooting space call. And that's really what the Jumbos were looking for that whole possession. They were trying to get Margie Carden some space. And they did. Carden in hard, dodges, goes low, and what a save by Salmon. The spin reverse shot from Carden and an even better save from Salmon. And now coming quickly across is Wyckoff. And a successful clear to Finley as the Mammoths look to run in transition. At the top here, that is Morgan Lebec. Jumbo's making some substitutions offensively behind the play. Doing a good job just waiting out Amherst. Good dodge there by Sosa, but Fernandopoulos stays with her. And now this is Becker. against Reynolds. Tries to go right. Reynolds shuts it off. Forces the pass inside. And a lot of contact. Ref says clean, as it looked as if Gable and Peterson just got tangled up. 30 to go on the shot clock. Great dodge there, inside position, and a foul called on Meg Hatton. Clock is still running. Now they stop it. Looking for a pass inside over the head of everyone. Whitworth going to try and save it, and she does. She's got 8 to get a shot here. Reynolds going to force her to the X, and that should just about kill off this attack. Caught by Kaufman. Oh, wow. A call on a push. But what happens here? Because the shot clock is at 0. There was definitely contact between Becca Gable and Emily Peterson. But if the clock is at 0, I don't know how Peterson is going to be expected to execute this free position. We are waiting on the referee's verdict. Amherst wants a fresh 90. It seems as if they're unlikely to get it, because it very much looks from here as if the foul from Becca Gable occurred in the process of the attempted pass from behind the net from Whitworth. And Coach O'Brien wants an explanation. Courtney Shute going to come over, get the same from the referee. And the referee saying what we saw here on the JumboCast sidelines, that the foul from Becca Gable occurred prior to Courtney Kaufman's interception of the pass, which would mean the shot clock is correctly at 2, which then puts all the pressure on 2 people, them being Courtney Kaufman in net and Emily Peterson, who is just going to have to let one rip. Center hash. 2 on the shot clock. Peterson against Kaufman. Shot is blocked, and the Jumbos come up with it. And a good outlet there. And we'll see if the Jumbos look to run. They might. Gable faked the pass. Now gets the pass. And the Jumbos will look to attack with Walter. L'Esperance here in for the Jumbos. She did not play in the Bowdoin game. Got a little bit of rest. And definitely been interesting to see. She's got a little bit more pace in her step today than she's had in previous games. As she gets around 2, the double comes. Skip past Carden. Joyce gets around her defender. Second comes to help. Pass to Carden was blocked, but Carden's able to corral it. Really good help defense from the Mammoths. Carden faked the pass and got a hold call inside. We'll see who the free position belongs to. Looks like it's going to be Margie Carden's from the left hash. And she is very good at free positions, especially from this spot. Looking for her 53rd goal on the season. Carden in, gets hit, and that's going to be another free position. And we'll do it all over again. Carden in, strong shot, low, saved by Salmon. And a huge save, her 4th critical save so far today from Jessie Salmon, who is a big reason why the Mammoths are only 1 goal down as they clear successfully. Finley. Under 10 to go here on Bello. We got a 1-goal game still. Just like that first quarter, this quarter has been very, very intense. Neither team has put a goal in the back of the net in the first 6 minutes of the quarter. Whitman forced behind the net by Delaney. Good dodge there from Lebec. Trying to get around Gibbons. Gibbons does a good job shutting it off. To the top, and Sosa against Meg Hatton. Sosa drops Meg Hatton. And what's the call? Looks as if there was a hold. It'll be a free position for Clara Sosa with a chance to tie the game. Sosa gets the ball knocked out of her by Delaney. And Kaufman's going to try and trigger the counter. Jumbos have numbers. Bursting back is Peterson, but she can't get inside position on Emma Joyce. And now the Jumbos are coming. Joyce, around 1, around a second. Ball gets knocked out, but that's a free position. A really good defensive play there by Britton Corpy, preventing Emma Joyce from getting her hands free. Because if she gets her hands free from that spot, there's only ever one result. We'll see what Joyce decides to do with this free position. She's going to go, shoot, score! Emma Joyce goes top left, and the Jumbos push the lead back to 2. A huge goal for Emma Joyce. Her 2nd on the day. And that gets Emma Joyce above the 40 mark. 41 goals now on the air. 52 points. A career year and then some for the Jumbo Star midfielder, who has to be making a play for the NESCAC first team. And Amherst going to call a timeout here. They want to talk things over, keep the momentum going. We'll take a short break, be right back with you. Welcome back here to Bello. We get set for this draw. Jumbo's leading this one on a score of 9-7. And I think the story of this game, for all the awesome offensive performances today, has to be the goaltending. 6 saves from Courtney Kaufman and 9 from Jesse Salmon. Just really phenomenal goaltending on some really good shots. It wasn't like they're saving easy things either. Both of them have multiple free position stops on the day. And it's been a big reason why this has been such a low-scoring game with 2 very high-powered offenses. 8:13 to go. It'll be Antizana and Larson on the draw. That one spun back. Larson tried to get it herself. That's going to bounce again. And Jenna Gibbons can't control it. Knocks it back into the Jumbo's end. And Colleen Mooney comes away with it for Amherst. A huge draw control for the Mammoths. And Amherst will get set up offensively. At the top, that's Becker. Gets it back now. Jumbos have not deviated from their woman-to-woman all day. It's done a really good job dealing with some of those high scores. Shot over the top. That had some velocity from Kate Becker. And a really good job backing it up from Clara Sosa. Sosa on the X. Going to draw an infraction, a foul on Fernandopoulos for a cross-check in the back there. Now she's got Becca Gable hung up. Gable able to get back defensively, force a loose pass. But Amherst able to corral it with Whitman. Peterson now. Amherst has 25 to shoot. Peterson with a nice dodge. Looked to have had a shot, didn't take it. And now she'll face up against Kate Dean with 10 to shoot. Tries to face dodge, gets inside. Help comes from Reynolds. Pass inside, bouncing around, and Reynolds comes up with it. A huge defensive stop there for the Jumbos. And a pass, quickly outlet to Caroline Walter. And the Jumbos maybe can sense the kill. On the X, skip pass to Dean with a head of steam, and she scores! What a play! A beautiful feed from behind the net, and Kate Dean walking down Broad Street makes it 10-7. And that last 90 seconds or so is what you call a killer momentum swing. A huge defensive stop, followed by a beautiful transition goal set up by LL Esperance. Larson and Antizana again. Jumbos seem like they want Delaney as a midfielder here, probably because she has such good skills getting draw controls, and so many of these draws have been 50-50 ground balls today. That one skied high, and a clean win to herself by Larson, who then gets a call by dunking the ball over the head of Emma Joyce. Amherst will look to attack. They need 3 goals. They got 6 minutes to get them. Finley. Peterson, who has been quiet today. And another interception by Fernandopoulos. Her 4th on the day. She has proven why she has become a starter this year, and then some. Gets it ahead to Dean. Dean's going to clear it herself, and we'll see if the Jumbos look to attack or if they look to try and take a little bit of time off the clock. The second attack unit in here for the Jumbos. Carden. Trying to draw a double, doesn't. Gets it right back, though, on the X. Delaney drops a defender with a nice little dodge. But the second woman comes with a slide. Carden from L'Esperance. 40 to shoot. A high looping pass. Delaney around one. Skip pass. Amherst back. Joyce got whacked in the face. And the goal's not going to count from Carden because it's a free position first. Emma Joyce will have one straight on with no, it will be Emma Joyce. Just left of straight on with a chance to make it a 4-goal game with just over 4 minutes to go. Joyce against Salmon. Joyce in strong, saved by Salmon. And Jesse Salmon is single-handedly keeping the Mammoths in this game. Jumbo's bringing a little bit of a heavy ride here. Pass is successfully made to Finley and then ahead to Whitworth. And she's going to turn and try and run against Joyce. And this is getting close to must-score possessions for the Mammoths. Peterson faked Whitman, instead went the other way to Larson. Coming to get this one is Becker. Sosa now against Dean. Tries the dodge. Fake the spin dodge, Dean having none of it. Pass inside, back up to Whitworth. 30 to shoot. And a dropped ball is corralled there by Larson. Pass inside, found and drawing the free position was Peterson. And a card being shown to Madeline Delaney, which is a real frustration for Coach Shute. And that is a really pivotal loss for the Jumbos. And now Amherst, you really can't do what you would normally do in this situation, and that's reset with the offense, because you're chasing 3 goals in 3.5 minutes. If you have a chance to score off a free position, you got to take it, and that has to be going through the mind of Bridget Finley right now. Finley, shot, scores! Just like I said, Finley shoots, and Finley scores, and it's back to a 2-goal game. Delaney back in, Jumbo's back to full strength, and Amherst chasing 2 with 3.5 to go. And this will be a huge draw in the course of the rest of this game. Same 2, onto Dezana and Larson. That one sent sky high. Onto Dezana, gets a touch. Delaney gonna get called for a check. Coach Shute asking for an explanation. Not gonna get one. Amherst able to clear. They got 3 minutes to get 2 goals. Larson against Reynolds. Whitman, who has really been a spark plug for this Amherst offense. Gets it back from Larson. Gets a round 2 shot. Save with a foot by Kaufman. And then she will get the loose ball. And now we'll see what the Jumbos look to do here. 2.5 to go. If they want, they can run this shot clock down to about 70 seconds. And it looks like Amherst is going to try and bring on a press as they realize the Jumbos can waste most of the remaining time. See if the Jumbos look to bait in a double team and get rid of it. Joyce being hounded. Skip pass to Walter, who's able to save it. Back to Joyce. 2 minutes to go in the game. Down low, shot, score, L'Esperance! What a play! Emma Joyce, eyes in the back of her head, finds L'Esperance, cutting back door, and the Jumbos get the goal that just might end the Mammoth season. And now, I'd be surprised as the Jumbos trying to get L'Esperance off the field. I'd be surprised if the Jumbos don't just try and, if they win this draw, just take it for the corners. As L'Esperance with a huge goal in terms of this season. That one skied high. And bouncing around. Larson thought she had it. She didn't. She got waxed by Delaney. Amherst going to get the bra. Amherst asking for a new 90, which is a valid complaint, but they should be more worried about the fact that there's 100 seconds left in this game. Carden with a foul there. Amherst still going. They need 3 goals in the next 90 seconds. Finley. That one bounces over her. Can she keep it in? No, she cannot. And that just might be the turnover that ends this game as the Jumbos get the clear and they give it away. A really unforced error from Amaricino there. And now that one ahead from Rogers to Finley. 1 minute to go here at Bello. 1 minute. Amherst down by 3, pass inside, bouncing around. Peterson got to it, got whacked, and I think that might be the end of Delaney's day. We'll see what the call is. It's definitely going to be a free position. The question is what else? The answer seems to be nothing. Emily Peterson, who the Mammoths would want in this position, looking for goal number 39 on the season, a goal that is needed to keep their hopes of an NESCAC title alive. She's in. That one's blocked. And it's going to be another free position. The clock is still running. They're going to have to go fix that. Peterson will have this one straight on. And we're still having some clock troubles here at Bello. If you played a game of Bello Field Bingo, clock troubles would be your center square. It just happens. You just got to get used to it. Clock is fixed. 52 to go. Peterson in and scores. And the deficit is 2 with 49 seconds to go. And it'll be the same 2 on the draw. Amherst called a timeout. Their second, as one of the referees had lost track of timeouts, had mistakenly told the Amherst coaching staff that they were out of timeouts, but that is their second of this half. We will not take a timeout. We'll stay right here, and we'll outline the situation. This is basically, it's do or die time for the Mammoths. They got to get this draw, and they got to go fast. And if you're the Jumbos, every second off that clock is a second closer to redemption and a second closer to a trip to Middlebury. As we're taking a little bit of a look here at the scores from across the NESCAC in women's lacrosse. And two have gone final. The 1 seed, the Panthers, they win 16-6 over the Bowdoin Polar Bears. The 2 seed, the Cardinals, knock down the Eves of William 11-6. Trinity Colby still going on as we speak. That one's a tied game in the 4th. And of course, 11-9 here on Bello. Whoever wins this game will go to Middlebury next Saturday to play the Wesleyan Cardinals. And of course, if they win that, that books them a trip in next Sunday's championship game, where the Jumbos, if they get there, can look to defend their NESCAC title. And we are set here. (11-9), 49 seconds to go. That one skied in the air, bounces around. Fighting for it is Peterson and Joyce. They both go down. Clock's going to get stopped. Peterson and Joyce both a little bit worse for the wear. (39-9) on the clock. Jumbo's going to put up a little bit of a half-court ride, trying to make it miserable, but they can't. Amherst gets it over. 30 seconds to go here on Bello. They need 2 goals. Left side. Nice dodge, trying to get inside position. Gibbons shuts it off, but that's going to be a free position. The Amherst bench not happy at the clock management here. A free position. I cannot see who it's for. It is for Clara Sosa. Thanks from the Amherst bench for that. Sosa in. Off her stick, out, bounces around, recycled. Ground ball picked up by Peterson, 15 to go. Peterson against Gibbons, pass inside. Ground ball grabbed by Becca Gable, but a foul called. And that will give Bridget Finley a free position here. With 10 seconds to go. 2-goal lead. Anything other than an immediate goal ends this game. Finley, saved by Kaufman, and the Jumbos are headed back to Vermont. They knock off the 6th-seeded Amherst Mammoths here on Bello, 11-9 in a phenomenal matchup. And now the real question becomes, for an Amherst team that put up a really phenomenal performance today, is it enough on their resume to get them an at-large bid? We will have to wait a couple weeks to find out. In the meantime, stay tuned. We will have a post-game interview momentarily. We are live here on Bello postgame. I'm here with Jumbo's goalkeeper, Courtney Kaufman. Courtney, a huge win. There were moments in that fourth quarter where it felt nervy. What was the message you upperclassmen were giving to those younger players who were playing in their first NESCAC tournament?
I think just big encouragement all around and belief in each other. It's definitely there, and I think just reminding them that we have so much confidence and belief and faith in each other, and I think it really showed on the field.
Obviously, you had a huge role in this game. 9 saves on the day, including, I think, 4 or 5 off of free positions. How much was that something that was worked on over the week, knowing how good Amherst has been on the season from free positions?
You know, I think it's something we knew coming into this game, but I think we just focused on playing our game, doing what we can, and just, continuing what we've been doing to be successful.
All right, I got a little bit of news for you. I don't know if you've heard, but Wesleyan won, so you will get that rematch in Middlebury on Saturday. What's the feeling going into that one?
Honestly, I'm excited. That's definitely one we want back. We're excited for a rematch. I mean, every game's our biggest game right now, right? So, pretty pumped.
And what's the message you want to give to Jumbo Nation heading off into the NESCAC semifinals?
Let's go Jumbos.
All right, thanks so much, Courtney. Thank you all for staying tuned. Be sure to tune in at 3 for the men's game.